Life could be worse. No, not really. This is the worst.
This is the worst.
This is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name is Farah, and I've been laser focused on a project that will hopefully be out soon, and I realized I haven't posted anything this month, and I want to. So I figured I would film a good old-fashioned rant. It's been a while since I made a rant video, like 2021, I think. I guess you could classify some of my more recent videos as rants. But it's been a while since I did one that featured a variety of topics. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over a few current events. I've limited it to things that happened in April, and I'm gonna talk about why they made me mad. I watched Creator Clash 2 live, and I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. I don't usually like watching MMA or fighting. My dad watches fights. I get the Joe Rogan jump scare every time he has UFC on in the living room. But yeah, I had fun watching. My thing about the norms when it comes to fighting is that non-black people will put their hair in cornrows or a bunch of braids to get in the ring. Is that doing something for you that a low bun or 1 to 2 braids could not accomplish? And even if it is, because I know it's to keep the hair out of your face, it's weird. And you look silly. I'm not really interested in discussing this beyond that, but yeah, it doesn't look right. And if any of you say something about Vikings or Germanic tribes in my comments, I will just delete it. Next, we're going to talk about something that only gets worse with every development, and that is the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie, specifically the casting decisions. Now, the little baby who's playing Lilo, she's perfect, but every casting decision after that has been a mess. This is the girl who is cast as Nani, Lilo's older sister. It is significant for a number of reasons that Lilo and Nani are native Hawaiians with brown skin. And so many things had to happen for this person who does not have brown skin to be cast as Nani. None of them good. As an agent, you should probably know your client is not the person for this job. As an actor, probably not good form to audition for this role. And the casting director certainly should not have chosen this person. And then they released the casting for David, and it was another fairly light-skinned actor. But people found this actor's Spotify, and he had a playlist called This. What did he mean by that? I need to know. To Disney's credit, they got him right on up out of there. And see, they had a much better casting in their back pocket. That pissed me off. Colorism is a scourge. Then they announced the casting for a new character, a child services agent named Mrs. Kekoa. It's unclear if Cobra Bubbles will appear in this movie, but with this latest casting announcement, people are guessing no. Which, again, it was significant to the story that Agent Bubbles was non-native because the whole point was the imperialist United States tearing indigenous families apart. I'm not seeing this movie. A pox on this movie. The original is a masterpiece and will thankfully still be there, but this is such disrespectful treatment of the source material. The next topic on my list is the result of the press for Sydney Sweeney and Glenn Powell's new movie, Anyone But You. There's been a lot of chatter about whether they're together, whether he cheated on his now ex-girlfriend with her because she unfollowed Sydney Sweeney. Apparently, Glenn Powell is quoted as saying he loves when Sydney Sweeney calls him Top Gun. Ugh. People are just saying that their behavior when they're together, literally fulfilling the terms of their contracts, suggests that they're romantically and or sexually involved. In a video shared by Entertainment Tonight, it looked like they were interviewing each other, and Glenn Powell had this to say about their upcoming film.
We love Australia.
It's like hard to have a bad time in Australia. We did like so many activities. Sydney was like our social chair. We had an activity every weekend that everybody went out and did. I don't know about you, but I feel like this is like, not only do we go for the hard R, which is really, really fun, but it's also like, when was the last time you saw like a hard R rom-com that's big and it's cinematic, everybody's in swimsuits, looking good.
Hard R? Like, that doesn't feel wrong coming out of your mouth? And he really enunciated on that second one. A lot of people of color were making jokes about this, including me. I was like, why would he say that? And a couple of, I'm sure, conservative weirdos felt compelled to reply. Why not? You people make something of nothing. This person's profile picture is, by the way, a mug that reads liberal tears. I was like, you people? They're just open with it. And they wrote a response to that I can't see. I don't know if they deleted it or if it's because I blocked them, but it was a very patronizing explanation. Like, you people can be used to refer to any group. It could be used to talk about a religion, an ethnic group, even fans of a band. Not everything is about race. Okay. And which of those were you referring to here? You know that's not what you meant. You were not innocently referring to a group of people. You know you wanted to say a slur. The other person who responded said, Because it's a common film term, meaning it was pushing an NC-17 rating by having much more rough content than a usual R-rated film. It's been used less in the past 20 years because studios want PG-13 crap. I'm excited that you get to learn something new today. This was wild to me, because even if I hadn't heard the term, contained in that 25-second clip was the full context I needed to understand what he meant by hard R. But this person thinks they need to answer my joke sincerely with an explanation of the term and that lovely little sentence at the end about how I get to learn something new. And this is what gets me. People with nothing better to do than search up hard R on Twitter acting like I'm the dumb one. Racists are literally searching hard R because they will jump on any opportunity to get in black people's replies and insinuate that they are uneducated or overreacting. Like, do you see yourself? Marginalized people are never allowed to make a joke without humorless bigots taking them completely seriously, and I'm so sick of it. You are trying to correct people of color who are making jokes! This is pathetic behavior. I don't care that hard R is a film term. It's weird that it's a film term. Get a life! Speaking of people taking me too seriously, someone tell me why people keep doing discourse under comments I leave on YouTube. This isn't what I want to talk about, but one time I commented on a reaction video where someone was watching a Jubilee Odd One Out video called like, Guess Who Wasn't Really Queer or something like that. And the person who wasn't really queer turned out to be like a non-binary person who just liked women. And I commented something like, I shudder to think what would have happened to an asexual in that room. And oh my gosh. Legend has it they're still debating ace people's rights to exist in queer spaces to this very day. But yeah, I was watching this Jarvis Johnson video where he and a friend were rating people's dating profiles, and one of the people was a computer science major, like Jarvis was. So he said something like, oh, I'm biased, they're a computer science major. So I commented, Jarvis is potentially the only person to be biased in favor of computer science majors. Honestly, not a comment I can really see any reason to respond to, but people did. Nah, same. My best partner so far was one, so I'm definitely more interested when I see that, lol. Cool. Why do I need to know that? This person said, what you study doesn't dictate who you are. I know many computer science majors and they are great, outgoing people. Please abolish this dumb stereotype. Abolish! Like my little YouTube comment is an arm of the state. Oh my gosh. Someone else was like, what's the stereotype? I don't see one, lol. And that's because I didn't say anything specific. For all these people know, I could be commenting on the perception of computer science majors in the broader culture, not necessarily taking part in stereotyping them. In general, I do think they're evil people of bad moral character, but I didn't say that. This person just said, wrong, my dad also is. Which is like, okay. Been with a computer science major for 11 years. Our kid is whip smart. Best decision of my life. Okay, promise your kid isn't whip smart because your partner majored in computer science, but I'm happy you're happy. And then the person who said I'm perpetuating stereotypes that need to be abolished said, the OP's comment makes it sound like these people are somehow undesirable or unattractive, which is a stereotype widely supported by mainstream media and also cinema. I mean, aside from the fact that I just didn't say those things, is it that serious? How are computer science majors materially suffering? Making a lot of money working in tech after they graduate? I need to know what experience of the world someone has that makes them believe they need to take up for the civil rights of comp sci majors. I majored in computer engineering in college. I am no stranger to a computer science classroom, so I can say what I want. Because not only have I experienced these people, I am one of them. I'm allowed to say that comp sci majors suck. That hurts no one. Because at the end of the day, while the arts and humanities students are in buildings constructed in the 1920s, computer science students are in the newest glass and steel buildings on campus. Or at least that's how it was on my campus. If it was a women's studies class, I was in a tiny old building with no technology. If it was a comp sci or engineering class, I was in a brand new building with elevators and air conditioning where every classroom had 8 projectors and outlets in the tables. Computer science majors are told in so many different ways that they've chosen a worthwhile career path. And let's not pretend none of them act as if they're above people in non-STEM fields. I don't think it's so bad to check their egos once in a while. So I'm going to continue to say whatever I want about computer science majors. And I promise you, they are going to be okay. It's just jokes. I don't even want to get too deep into this one, but I'll show a screenshot and say this. A lot of societal ills could be alleviated if we all just understood K-pop as a repackaging of Black culture. Like, I will listen to K-pop and I'm like, oh, this is just Black music. And before you come for me, the people making the music know it. Let's not play pretend. I have friends who are K-pop fans, okay? I think it's fine to like the genre. Personally, I think non-Black people need to leave hip-hop and rap alone. So when they're rapping, I'm a little bit like, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a bit much. But the world is burning. Enjoy your OT7, you know, if that brings you joy. I just think we need to be real about the fact that the sound, the dances, the aesthetics are drawing directly from Black culture. Let's talk about Twitter. Twitter is so broken. Oh, how far my favorite social media platform has fallen. I keep getting to the bottom of my timeline, which never happened to me before. I barely see tweets from people I actually follow. Sometimes I'll see tweets from people I follow. And recently, I got a tweet on my timeline from Tim Pool, and then one from Nikki Haley, and then one from Steven Crowder. Something very nefarious is going on because that has never happened to me before. I've never had tweets from conservatives show up on my timeline unless someone I follow is replying or quote retweeting. So yeah, I'm getting fed up. Hit me up with the Blue Sky invite if you have them. I cannot do this much longer. This is on me. But I teased a video essay I'm only beginning to work on about the systemic disadvantages of having big boobs. And when I tell you my DMs are in shambles, this always happens to me too when I'm tweeting song lyrics that have the words sugar daddy in them. What can I say? It's hard out here for a Megan fan. They won't leave me alone. But if you think I'm gonna stop tweeting, I'm at a Grand Lexington to Caesar salad with my sugar daddy, then you have another thing coming. But yeah, I tweeted saying, and if I made a video about the systemic disadvantages of having big boobs, what then? And I feel like the resulting direct messages only prove the point I'm hoping to illustrate in that project. All right, that is it for today's rant. Let me know in the comments below what's making you mad. I know Mercury's in retrograde right now, so you have something. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.
We go for the hard R.